Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. So today we'll just have a bit of a stretch and a flow and a little bit of feel-good stuff and see where we get to. Beginning with the breath, we'll have a nice gentle inhale, and then let's have that interrupted kind of exhale where you really use your stomach to interrupt. So we'll practice one. So inhale nice and slow. And then on the exhale, it's kind of like, and then breathe normally. So I don't know if you could hear me, but I really tried to push that air out so that my stomach was actually like working hard. So, stomach and lower lung. All right, so inhale and exhale and relax. Breathe normally. We'll try that one more time, just see where we get to. And inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. And breathe normally. Good. So a reminder today that if you ever find yourself in a pose that's just not working for you, it's hurting, or you just know that that's not going to be a good pose for you, then don't do it. Or modify it, or kind of back out of it halfway, or just do a little bit of it, or wait till the next pose. Okay, so you're in charge of that part. I'm in charge of bringing you the poses. All right, let's do a little bit of shoulder work. So I'm just going to do a simple roll to the back with my shoulder and roll to the back with the other shoulder. So I'm alternating. Okay, so we'll try that again. I'm going to roll to the back with one of them, roll to the back with the other. Now I want to bring my elbows into it so that I have a slightly bigger roll. So I'm rolling with my elbow to the back, rolling with my elbow to the back. Then I'm going to use the whole arm. Roll, take that whole arm to the back, and then the other one, the whole arm to the back. And repeat. So shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow, whole arm, whole arm. And one more time. Shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow, the whole big arm, and now both of those arms together, nice and slow, all the way up. Bring it as far back as you can bring it, and then all the way down. Good. So both arms to one side. Now, for some of you, I know that there's shoulders that don't work necessarily, so you just get to where you get to. If the one shoulder's going to be like that, then so be it. But we start on one side. I want to bring it all the way around, and I'm leaning forward, and I'm going to take it to the other side. And all the way around. Now I'm going to move my torso and turn my torso to the side as well. And then to the front, and turn my torso to the side. And then to the front, turn my torso to that first side, to the front, bringing it all the way around to that other side. I want to do it 2 more times, so I'm going to bring it to this side. So this is our 4th time doing it. To the front, all the way to the side. Let's try it again. Taking it to the side for our 5th time and last time. To the front, bringing it all the way to the other side. And release. I just let them down for a little bit. You might want to rest that a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stand up and do a little bit of work on the rotary cuff. Actually, I'm going to, to begin with, I'm going to turn my chair back. It's just a little easier. And I want to walk out and let one arm dangle directly below me. Okay? So it doesn't matter, if you're kind of up here or if you're way down here. What matters is that this arm is directly below you. And then I want to make just a small circle in one direction. I'll make that circle a little larger, so I've got about a medium-sized circle going. And then a big circle. all the way. Just getting some action in that shoulder and rotary cuff. And then let it hang straight. Now I got to take that same circle but go in the other direction. So a small one, and then a medium one, and then a big large one. Good. Let's just change arms. So now with the other arm, I want it to dangle straight down. Then I'm going to make a small circle, a medium-sized circle, and a large circle. There we go. I'm going to let my arm dangle straight down again. Take that small circle in the opposite direction, and a medium-sized circle, and a large one. And then just let that arm dangle straight down again and bring that up, and we'll turn this chair around. So a simple sun salutation is what we're going to work with to begin with here. And we are going to go through it 3 times. I'm going to be really picky about the mountain pose, and then after that we'll try and just make it a bit of a flow to see how what we can get going and to warm up our bodies. So the mountain pose, it looks so simple, but it's actually quite tough. I've got 4 corners to my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want those 4 corners nailed into the floor, or okay, not nailed, but pressed hard into the floor, all 4 corners. And then I'm going to lift those toes and spread them apart and then try and suction cup them down. Okay, so that's the very base now, is good and solid. Then I want to tighten up the calves and, if possible, lift the kneecaps. Tighten up the upper thighs and tighten the derriere, the butt. Then I want to tighten, there's just a band between the belly button and the pelvis, right in there. I want to tighten that up too. So you're good and solid from about here down. That's what you want in your mountain pose. Then you want to set the shoulder blades, and the best way to do that is with the elbows. So I'm bringing my elbows back, and then I'm going to bring them down, and can you feel your shoulder blades just travel right down that spine? And then the eyes of the elbow face forward, and my chin is parallel to the floor. So let's just have 3 breaths here that we're in that pose. This is called mountain pose or Tadasana. Inhale and exhale. Always through the nose. Inhale and exhale. So the reason you breathe through the nose is that it warms up the air. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's do our flow. I want to inhale, bringing my arms all the way up, and maybe you can look up, maybe not, depends on your balance ability. And then exhale, I take my hands, which are together, through heart center, and I reach for this chair seat. I'm going to bend those elbows and lower my head slightly, but I can't stay here. I have to immediately inhale and straighten the elbows. As much as possible, you want your head above your heart. If you do go below your heart, it has to be go below and come out of it. You don't want to stay there. Okay? So then I'm going to exhale, and if you're able, you can go ahead and lower your head below your heart, maybe touch the chair, but come right out of it on your inhale. One last time, we're going to lower our head below our heart, bring the arms out to the side, come all the way up into that tall mountain once more, and then bring your hands through heart center as you come back into mountain. So let's make it a flow. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale through heart center. You're going to do full forward fold. So you bend the elbows and bring your head down. And then you inhale and you come into half forward fold. We're going to come straight into tall mountain after our forward fold. So forward fold, exhale. Inhale, arms out to the side and come all the way up to tall mountain. Hands through heart center. We'll do this one more time. Reach for the chair, full forward fold. Bring that head below, down to the chair pose, down to the chair seat. Inhale, bringing those elbows straight and into half forward fold. We want to come into that forward fold on the exhale. Arms come out to the side. Inhale, coming all the way up to tall mountain. And then hands to heart center. Well done. All right, so I'm feeling warmed up. So I want to do a little bit of some flow poses that make me work a little harder. So I have my chair seat facing me. My right leg, you choose whichever leg, the foot is going to point straight forward. Then I'm going to take this other foot and, depending on how secure you feel, you might stop with those feet fairly close together, or maybe you can bring that a little bit farther apart. But you do you. You make sure you keep your balance, whatever you're doing. Now this foot, you can see, is pointing straight, like from the side towards the camera. So one is pointing directly under the chair. The other one is pointing directly to the camera. You got that? So it's like they're in a 90 degree from each other. 90 degree. Okay, everybody's in position. Good. I want to tilt that tailbone. I want to tilt it down so that I can protect my lower back, and then bring the arms up to shoulder height. Now see what happened? I tilted down and I moved that knee forward, so I want to adjust that. Can you feel all the work that's happening in that open pelvis there? So I've got the knee pointed straight forward, the tailbone is tucked, and my arms are at shoulder height. Then I'm going to bring those arms a wee bit back so that it's kind of a chest opener. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is warrior two, this pose. Inhale. And exhale. We want to come into pyramid. So the back foot, instead of being 90 degrees now, is going to point at a 45 degree from my front foot. So I'm sort of, the toe is pointed more off at an angle. I want to straighten that front leg. Again, you might have your feet closer together. It doesn't matter. Wherever they are, make sure you're feeling stable and secure. Then I'm going to bring those hips more towards parallel with the front of that chair. And then I want to reach for that chair, keeping that front leg fairly straight. You might want to micro bend in the knee. You don't want to lock the knee. And for some of you, this is already making that hamstring in the back of that front leg talk to you. You just want it to talk. You don't want it to yell. Or maybe you can come a little farther down and you can get it to work a little harder without actually hurting. But you don't want to keep the head below the heart. You want to have that head so that it's above or parallel to the heart. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then our last pose here before we switch sides is to bend that front leg now. So the back leg remains straight with the foot at 45 degrees. The front foot points straight ahead, but this front knee is now bent. I want to bring my hands behind me. Maybe they're just behind me like that. Maybe I clasp them together. You do what you can. All right, here I am. You can see my torso is at an angle. I want to bring it parallel, so I bring it parallel, and then I come back up. So this is inhale. I bring it parallel, and I try and lift those arms up and exhale. Inhale. I come back up. Exhale. I want to lift those arms up, make them work, and exhale. Last one. I'm going to inhale here. And on my exhale, I'm going to come parallel to the floor, lift those arms up, bring the arms forward to the seat, straighten that leg, and hop that back leg in. All right, that probably feels pretty good to bring that leg in. We want to do all that same stuff on the other side. You can keep your chair where it is, but I'm going to change it just so I can see so you can see me. I can't see you at all. So just so you can see me. I want to start in that warrior two pose that we did on the other side. So now the other foot, the foot that's under the chair, is going to point straight ahead, and I'm going to bend that knee. My back foot is going to be at 90 degrees to the front foot. So one foot's pointing straight ahead, the other one is pointing straight in this direction. Okay? Then I want to tuck that tailbone a little bit. Don't let that front knee drop in. That's what always happens. Tuck that tailbone. The arms come out to shoulder height. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I want that back foot to come at a 45-degree angle now. And then I want the front leg to straighten. And this is called pyramid. I'm trying to lengthen that back hamstring. So I reach for that chair. I'm going to bring my chair a little closer. I reach for that chair and I want to lean down into it so that my head is about parallel to my heart, not below my heart. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to bring my torso up at more of an angle. My arms will come behind me. I'm going to bend that front knee as well. Okay, so it's a very modified humble warrior that we're actually doing right now. On the exhale, I will lean forward and lift those arms up. On the inhale, I'm going to lean more upward, 45 degrees, and it's okay for my arms to come down. On the exhale, once more, I come parallel to the floor, the arms come up. On the inhale, I can bring those arms, relax them a little bit, and bring up my torso. Exhale once more, bringing those arms up. Inhale, and I can relax. I can straighten that front knee, hop that back knee forward, and I did it. I did a flow that had, some poses in it that are kind of tricky. So that's good. We want to do a bit of balance also. A simple modified tree pose, that's difficult enough. I shouldn't call it simple because it's tricky enough. You always start by finding something you can stare at. So not me, because I'm going to move. You want something that's not going to move. And then you can hang on to your chair. Put all the weight into the leg closest to the chair. Open up the other leg so that the knee is pointing to the side. One knee is pointing to the side. The other knee is pointing 90 degrees ahead. Now, for those of you that have knee issues, never mind all that. You just get that bent knee wherever it can go. I'm going to cup my ankle so my toes are still on the floor. Or if your balance is pretty darn good, you can try and cup that calf. You do you. But wherever you are, you want to challenge yourself. That's what creates new brain pathways. So you want to challenge. So I'm going to try and change from a grip on the chair to just fingertips on the chair. And if that's as far as I get today, that's awesome. You want to be frustrated in your balance. You want to be trying hard to get your balance to work for you, but it's a little bit frustrating. Okay. Then I want to lighten on my fingertips, lighten, maybe remove my fingertips, maybe not. You get to where you get to. And release. And just try it on the other side. Okay, so we're on the other side now. I want to get all my weight on that leg that's closest to the chair. I'm going to hang on to the chair. I'm going to find something to stare at, kind of 45 degrees ahead of me. I'm going to cup the ankle first. Check that out. If that's a challenge, then that's where you stay. One knee is pointed straight to the side. The other knee is pointed straight ahead. Maybe you can cup your calf, maybe not. You figure out what is challenging you, so that you've got something to work on. Then you try and lighten the hand that's on the chair. Maybe you make it to your fingertips. Maybe for a tiny millisecond you remove your hand. Maybe you don't. But for sure, go to the point where you're frustrated. That's what you want. You want to be kind of falling out of the balance. That's how much challenge you want. That's what creates that new pathway in the brain, and that's what builds your balance. So you go for it. Awesome. And have a seat. So I always like to have at least one twist in my classes, no matter how short they are. Even a 10-minute chair yoga, I'll throw in a twist. So I'm just going to open those knees a little bit. I want the opposite hand to the outside of that opposite leg. And then I'm going to take this other hand and open it up to the back. And I'm going to follow it with my eyes, but if that makes you dizzy, don't follow it with your eyes. All the way to the back, and then I'm going to bring it to the side. And I just want to do that one more time. I'm going to bring it all the way to the back, and then maybe a hair further, and then bring that to the side and put my hand down. And let's just try the other side. So I'm taking this other hand. So I'm doing opposites, opposite hand to opposite leg. And then the same leg, same side arm, that's what you want to open to the side. And I'm going to follow, but if that makes you dizzy, don't follow. And I'm bringing it to the back of me, getting a nice twist in the torso. I'm going to bring that arm forward. And then I'm going to take it back, back, back. And a hair further than I went before. And then bring it forward. And then before we end, we'll do a side bend. One arm comes all the way up and over. And the other arm comes all the way up and over. And then you can bring yourself back in your chair, get nice and comfortable. Take a moment just to rest and relax and know you did a good job. If you liked the video, please subscribe or press like. You might want to press the bell icon so you know when new chair yoga videos come in from me. Close your eyes. Just take a really deep breath in. And try and relax the whole body as you breathe out through your mouth. A deep breath in through your nose. And then all the way out again through your mouth. Focusing on relaxing. You deserve some relaxation. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.